I approached Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves with some level of trepidation. Okay, it was outright skepticism, because as fun as Dungeons and Dragons is to play with your friends, it rarely translates to a satisfying entertainment experience on the screen, big or small. Yeah, there's that really cool 80s cartoon with the killer theme song, by the way. Those characters are referenced in this movie, I should mention. There are a ton of Easter eggs here for people that know Dungeons and Dragons. Listen, I was one of the people 23 years ago who sat in the theater for that 2000 Dungeons and Dragons movie, and it didn't go well. And there are a couple of TV movies, or direct-to-video movies, depending on where you are, that have come in the between times. Those weren't great either. So, coming into Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves, I'm hopeful, but cautious. Well, I'm happy to report that this movie absolutely blew me away. It is just what I needed. It is the antidote to the sameness of big tentpole blockbuster movies. It is not by the numbers in the script. I mean, really, at the end of the day, this movie is like playing Dungeons and Dragons with your friends. It's got an ensemble cast: Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, who, by the way, Michelle Rodriguez, for all of her scowling and tough exterior, seems to be having the time of her life. There's a gag reel here, and she is literally falling down with laughter in multiple scenes here on the gag reel. So she seems to have had a great time. But it's an ensemble cast that represents the Dungeons & Dragons experience of different characters, different class systems, different specialties, working together to achieve a same goal. And I love that about it. It's funny. I mean, it's not serious at all. It's just as much comedy as it is an action movie. And it just works. It was constantly putting a smile on my face. The dragon scene, if you know the dragon, you're like, I can't believe that's in this movie. The graveyard scene, so much fun. I shouldn't be surprised, honestly, because it is written and directed by Jonathan Goldstein and John Francis Daly. They wrote Spider-Man Homecoming. John Francis Daly was one of the leads on Freaks and Geeks, that really awesome Judd Apatow series from 1999 into 2000. 18 golden episodes, you guys. John Francis Daly is also the star of 52577, directed by Patrick Reed Johnson, who I interviewed here on this channel. I mean, I'm sold. I'm a fan. So this 4K is it's not a combo pack. It's a 4K and digital code. There's no Blu-ray here. So I can't do a direct comparison between the 4K and a Blu-ray. However, all the special features here, which you notice there's over an hour of new special features. The footage from the movie on those is 1080p. So I can look at that and see what a big upgrade the 4K actually is. It's a nice boost. The HDR is doing a lot of the heavy lifting, but it is a huge, noticeable difference. If you have the option for the 4K, go with the 4K. The special features themselves are electronic press kitty, right? It is broken down into chunks that seem like they're made for streaming services. However, on Paramount Plus, this movie is on Paramount Plus right now, those features, they're not there. So maybe they're coming in the future, but right now this is the only place to get those features as far as I know. They're broken down into like 9 to 11 minute chunks, and they cover the world building, the heroes, the villains, the battles, the worlds of Dungeons & Dragons, Forgotten Realms, Neverwinter, Icewind Dale, things like that. And there's that gag reel, which is just so much fun. I highly recommend this. I think it's great. I get fairly grumpy about a lot of blockbuster movies because they seem to have fallen into a very tired, repetitive, formulaic rut. To be honest with you guys, this is like an ice cream cone on a hot day. I mean, I loved it. I can't wait to watch it again. So that's my recommendation and my honest review for Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves. It's like playing D&D with your friends, says Cereal at Midnight. I'm going to put a link in the description of this video, so if you want to purchase this, you can click that. You'll be supporting Cereal at Midnight. You'll be putting something cool on your shelf. If you've seen this movie, let's talk about it. I just want to geek out about this movie with you guys, with people who have seen it. Thanks so much for watching this episode. Please remember to subscribe so you never miss one of these reviews. And until next time, I will catch you later.